Love is often described as a feeling, but in reality, lasting love is a choice, one that is renewed every single day through actions, words, and intentions. In a world where relationships can sometimes fade under the weight of routine, misunderstandings, or life's inevitable challenges, it's the small yet consistent gestures that keep two people truly connected. The real measure of a man's love isn't just what he says in romantic moments. It's what he does when no one is watching, during both the highs and the lows. A healthy, lasting relationship is built on mutual respect, trust, and a deep sense of partnership. When a man genuinely loves someone, his commitment isn't conditional on everything being easy or perfect. He invests his time, energy, and heart into making the bond stronger, even when life throws obstacles in the way. This kind of love is active, not passive. It's visible in how he listens to you, supports your ambitions, defends you when you're not there, and makes you feel like a valued and irreplaceable part of his life. The signs of such devotion are often found in the little details. It might be the way he remembers something you casually mentioned weeks ago, or how he makes time for you even during his busiest days. It's in the willingness to compromise without resentment, to communicate openly and honestly, and to admit when he's wrong without letting pride get in the way. These actions might seem simple, but together they create a foundation of security and love that's hard to shake. A man who is truly committed will also make you part of his future, not just in vague terms, but in concrete plans. He won't just talk about someday. He'll include you in decisions, dreams, and goals, making it clear that he sees you walking beside him in the years to come. And perhaps most importantly, he won't take the relationship for granted. He'll work on it daily, not because he has to, but because he wants to, because keeping the connection strong matters to him. These qualities don't develop overnight. They come from a place of genuine care, emotional maturity, and the understanding that real love is as much about giving as it is about receiving. A man who displays these signs is not just expressing affection. He's building a lasting partnership where both people feel valued, supported, and deeply connected. In the following points, we'll explore 12 powerful signs that a man will do anything to keep you. Each sign reflects a deeper truth about his character and the depth of his feelings. If you recognize these in your partner, you can be confident that his love is real, his commitment is strong, and his actions are guided by a desire to see the relationship not only survive but thrive for years to come. 1. He prioritizes your happiness over his own. When a man prioritizes your happiness over his own, it means that your well-being and emotional state are always at the forefront of his mind. He doesn't just say he cares. He actively proves it through his actions, choices, and the way he treats you. This is not about him neglecting his own needs or sacrificing himself in unhealthy ways, but rather about showing genuine consideration for how his actions impact you. If he knows something will make you smile, he'll go out of his way to make it happen. If he sees you upset, he'll drop what he's doing to comfort you, even if it's inconvenient for him. Your joy becomes a part of his own joy, and he finds fulfillment in knowing that you're content. This behavior shows a deep emotional investment in the relationship. It's not about trying to impress you temporarily. It's about consistently showing up for you because your happiness matters to him on a core level. In small daily moments, this could look like choosing to watch your favorite movie instead of his, picking a restaurant he knows you love, or rearranging his plans to be there when you need him. On a larger scale, it could mean supporting your career moves, encouraging you to pursue your passions, or even making life decisions with your happiness in mind. When a man consistently puts your needs ahead of his own, it also reveals a level of maturity and selflessness that is rare. He understands that love is not just about receiving, but about giving. He recognizes that relationships thrive when both people feel valued and supported, and so he actively contributes to building that foundation. Importantly, this doesn't make him weak or submissive. It makes him secure enough in himself to give without fear of losing. He knows that prioritizing you doesn't mean he loses himself. Instead, it strengthens the bond you share. In the long run, a man who does this is telling you through his actions, "Your happiness is my happiness." It's one of the clearest indicators of genuine love, because it reflects a heart that is fully invested, a commitment that goes beyond words, and a love that seeks to nurture rather than control. 2. He makes consistent efforts to communicate. When a man makes consistent efforts to communicate, it means he values the connection between you and understands that healthy communication is the lifeline of a strong relationship. He doesn't leave you guessing about his feelings, intentions, or thoughts. Instead, he takes the time to share what's on his mind and also make space to listen to you. This isn't about sending a quick text once in a while or making small talk. It's about truly engaging with you on a deeper level, even when life gets busy or stressful. Consistency in communication shows that he's committed to maintaining closeness. He checks in regularly, not just when he needs something or when it's convenient. Whether it's a good morning text, a phone call to see how your day is going, or a heartfelt conversation before bed, he understands that these interactions strengthen your emotional bond. He wants you to feel secure and connected, so he keeps that channel open no matter what's happening around him. A man who prioritizes communication doesn't disappear during conflicts. Instead of shutting down or walking away, he faces problems head-on and works with you to find solutions. He listens without immediately getting defensive, and he expresses himself in a way that's respectful and constructive. This shows emotional maturity and a willingness to protect the relationship from misunderstandings or resentment. Even in moments of disagreement, he uses communication as a bridge rather than a weapon. He might say, "I didn't understand what you meant earlier. Can we talk about it?" instead of making assumptions. He also notices nonverbal cues, like your tone or body language, and checks in if he feels something is wrong. When a man communicates consistently, it reassures you that you're not alone in the relationship. You never have to wonder if he's pulling away or losing interest, because he actively maintains that connection. Over time, this consistent effort builds trust, reduces insecurity, and deepens intimacy. It's his way of showing that you matter every single day, not just during special occasions. Through his words, his listening, and his willingness to talk things through, he proves that he's fully present in the relationship and invested in making it last. 3. He respects your opinions and decisions. When a man respects your opinions and decisions, it shows that he sees you as an equal partner and values your perspective, even if it's different from his own. He doesn't dismiss your ideas or brush off your thoughts as unimportant. Instead, he listens attentively, considers what you have to say, and acknowledges that your viewpoint matters. This respect comes from a place of genuine appreciation for who you are and the experiences, knowledge, and intuition you bring into the relationship. In everyday life, this might mean he asks for your input before making plans, seeks your advice when facing challenges, or simply takes the time to understand your reasoning when you make a choice. Even if he disagrees, he engages in a calm and open conversation rather than trying to control or overrule you. He understands that in a healthy relationship, both people should have a voice and a say in important matters. Respecting your opinions also means he doesn't belittle you in front of others or make you feel small for expressing yourself. He encourages you to speak your mind and supports your right to stand by your beliefs. This behavior creates a safe environment where you can be honest and authentic without fear of judgment or criticism. When it comes to your personal decisions, whether about your career, friendships, lifestyle, or even small day-to-day choices, he trusts you to know what's best for yourself. He doesn't pressure you to change your mind just to suit his preferences. Instead, he offers his perspective when asked but ultimately respects your autonomy. This kind of respect deepens trust and strengthens emotional intimacy. It tells you that is not in the relationship to dominate or control, but to build a partnership where both voices are heard and valued. It also shows that he sees your happiness and fulfillment as just as important as his own. Over time, this mutual respect becomes one of the strongest foundations for lasting love, because it ensures that both people feel appreciated, empowered, and free to be their true selves. 4. He supports your dreams and goals. When a man supports your dreams and goals, it means he genuinely wants to see you grow, succeed, and live a life that fulfills you. Is not intimidated by your ambitions or threatened by your achievements. Instead, he takes pride in your aspirations and does what he can to help you reach them. This could mean offering encouragement when you doubt yourself, celebrating your progress no matter how small, or even making personal sacrifices so you can pursue your path without unnecessary obstacles. Support in this sense is not passive, it's active and intentional. He listens when you share your ideas, asks questions to better understand your vision, and gives constructive feedback when you need it. If you face setbacks, he reminds you of your strengths and helps you see the bigger picture instead of letting you give up. He becomes your cheerleader in moments of success and your anchor when challenges arise. This kind of support also shows up in practical ways. He might take on extra responsibilities at home so you can focus on your work or studies, introduce you to helpful contacts, or help you find the resources you need to move forward. The key is that he invests his time, energy, and sometimes even his comfort to see you achieve what matters to you. Importantly, he doesn't just support the dreams that benefit him or align with his own. He understands that your goals are part of who you are, and by nurturing them, he's nurturing the relationship as well. He doesn't mock your ambitions, tell you they're unrealistic, or make you feel guilty for wanting more. Instead, he respects your right to dream big and trusts your ability to make it happen. When a man consistently supports your dreams and goals, it sends a powerful message. He believes in you, even in moments when you don't believe in yourself. That kind of faith strengthens not only your bond but also your confidence. Over time, his unwavering encouragement becomes a source of motivation, helping you push past fear, embrace your potential, and create a life you truly love. 5. He compromises without resentment. When a man compromises without resentment, it shows that he values the relationship more than winning an argument or always getting his way. Compromise is not about one person constantly sacrificing while the other benefits. It's about finding a middle ground where both partners feel heard and respected. When he compromises without bitterness, it means he's making adjustments because he genuinely cares about your happiness and the health of the relationship, not because he feels forced or pressured. In practice, this could be something as small as agreeing to watch your preferred movie instead of his, choosing a vacation spot you've been dreaming of, or rearranging his schedule to attend an important event for you. It could also be bigger life decisions, like where to live or how to handle finances, where he's willing to bend for the sake of your shared future. What makes it meaningful is that he does it willingly, without holding grudges or silently keeping score. Resentment is toxic in relationships because it creates hidden tension. But when he compromises with a genuine heart, he's showing emotional maturity and selflessness. He understands that love is a partnership and that sometimes one person needs to give more, while at other times, the roles will be reversed. He trusts that the balance will naturally even out over time because you're both committed to each other's well-being. When he approaches compromise with understanding instead of frustration, it creates a safe and harmonious environment. You feel comfortable asking for what you need without fearing backlash, and he feels confident that his willingness to meet you halfway is appreciated, not taken for granted. A man who can compromise without resentment is telling you, through his actions, that the relationship is not about keeping score. It's about building a life together where both of you feel valued. Over the long term, this attitude strengthens trust, reduces conflict, and deepens intimacy because both partners know that love, not ego, is guiding their decisions. 6. He defends you in your absence. When a man defends you in your absence, it's a powerful sign of loyalty and deep respect. It means that even when you're not there to speak for yourself, he stands up for you, protects your reputation, and refuses to let anyone speak about you in a disrespectful or unfair way. This kind of behavior shows that his commitment isn't just for show when you're around. It's genuine and consistent, no matter the audience or situation. Defending you in your absence goes beyond just words. It's about maintaining the dignity of the relationship. If someone makes a joke at your expense, spreads gossip, or questions your character, he doesn't laugh along or stay silent. Instead, he corrects misinformation, speaks the truth about you, and makes it clear that he will not tolerate disrespect toward the person he loves. This protects not only your image but also the trust between you. What makes this so meaningful is that it's done without the need for recognition or thanks. He's not doing it to score points or tell you later for praise. He does it because he truly believes in you and wants to honor the bond you share. It reflects his integrity and the high regard in which he holds you. This kind of loyalty also builds emotional safety. You know that no matter where you are or who you're with, he's someone who will always have your back. That knowledge gives you a sense of security that's rare and invaluable in relationships. A man who defends you when you're not around is showing that his love is protective, respectful, and unwavering. It's not just about keeping peace in the moment. It's about preserving your honor and ensuring others see the value he sees in you. Over time, this quiet but consistent act of loyalty becomes one of the clearest indicators that is not only committed to you in private, but also proud of you in public, and that he sees you as someone worth standing up for at all costs. 7. He remembers the little things about you. When a man remembers the little things about you, it shows that he pays attention, values you deeply, and genuinely cares about the details that make you who you are. These little things might seem small on the surface: a favorite snack, the way you take your coffee, a childhood story you once mentioned, or the exact words you use when describing your dream vacation. But to him, they matter because you matter. Remembering small details is a sign that he's truly listening when you speak, not just waiting for his turn to talk. It means he's storing pieces of your life in his mind because they are important to him. When he surprises you with your favorite dessert after a long day, plays a song you once told him you loved, or sends you a text about something you mentioned weeks ago, it's his way of saying, "I hear you. I see you. I remember you." This kind of attentiveness builds intimacy. It makes you feel understood and valued because you know he notices not only the big milestones but also the tiny, everyday moments that others might overlook. These thoughtful gestures become emotional anchors in the relationship, reminding you that you're not just another person in his life. You're special. It also reflects his emotional investment. Remembering details takes effort and genuine interest. It can't be faked or forced. It means that when you talk, he's not just hearing noise, he's connecting with your words, feelings, and experiences. This deepens trust and creates a sense of security because you know he's fully present when he's with you. Over time, these small acts of remembering can mean more than grand gestures. They show consistency, sincerity, and a love that pays attention to who you truly are. When a man remembers the little things about you, he's telling you without words that you're unforgettable, cherished, and always on his mind, even in the smallest corners of his day. 8. He is loyal even in difficult times. When a man is loyal even in difficult times, it reveals the true depth of his commitment and the strength of his character. Loyalty during easy, happy moments is simple, but staying devoted when life becomes challenging shows that his love is genuine and unwavering. Difficult times can mean financial struggles, health issues, family problems, or emotional lows, moments when stress and pressure test a relationship's foundation. A loyal man doesn't use those hardships as an excuse to pull away or look for comfort elsewhere. Instead, he chooses to stand by your side, facing the storm with you. His loyalty is seen in his actions, remaining faithful, keeping promises, and showing up when you need him the most. He doesn't disappear when things get uncomfortable. He becomes even more present, offering stability and reassurance when uncertainty surrounds you. This consistency creates a sense of safety because you know he won't abandon you at the first sign of trouble. Loyalty also means defending the relationship against outside pressures. Even when others may doubt you, criticize you, or tempt him, he remains firm in his commitment. He doesn't entertain thoughts or actions that could damage the trust between you. Instead, he focuses on strengthening the bond, finding solutions, and working together to overcome challenges. This type of loyalty is more than just staying physically present. It's emotional and mental dedication. He continues to believe in the relationship and in you, even when circumstances are far from ideal. His love is not conditional on everything going perfectly. It's grounded in a decision to be there through every high and low. Over time, loyalty in difficult times becomes one of the clearest proofs of lasting love. It says, "I'm here for you, no matter what." And those words, backed by action, create a deep, unshakable trust. When you have someone who remains loyal in hardship, you know you're not just loved for the good times, you're loved for all times. 9. He makes time for you no matter how busy he is. When a man makes time for you no matter how busy he is, it shows that you are a true priority in his life. Everyone can claim to be busy. Work demands, personal responsibilities, and unexpected challenges often fill our schedules, but someone who genuinely values you will always find a way to be present. It's not about having endless free time. It's about choosing to dedicate the time he does have to the person who matters most. This can mean different things depending on his circumstances. It might be a quick phone call during his lunch break, a good morning text before his day starts, or making sure to see you even if it's only for an hour after a long shift. The point is, he doesn't let busyness become an excuse for neglecting the relationship. Instead, he actively carves out space for you in his life, showing that your connection is just as important as his other commitments. Making time also means being fully present when he's with you. He's not constantly checking his phone or letting his mind drift back to work. He listens, engages, and invests himself in the moment because he knows quality time builds intimacy and keeps your bond strong. Even if his schedule is hectic, he finds little ways to make you feel valued, whether through shared meals, short walks, or heartfelt conversations. This effort speaks volumes about his priorities. It shows that he understands relationships require consistent nurturing, and that neglect, even unintentional, can create distance. By making time for you, he's telling you without words, you matter to me, and I want you to feel that every day. Over time, these consistent moments of attention and presence build trust and emotional security. You never have to question where you stand because his actions make it clear. You are worth his time, no matter how full his calendar is. And when a man does this, it's not just about managing his schedule. It's about managing his heart to ensure you are always at the center of it. 10. He apologizes when he's wrong. When a man apologizes when he's wrong, it shows humility, emotional maturity, and a genuine respect for you and the relationship. Admitting fault isn't easy. Pride, ego, and fear of vulnerability often make people avoid owning their mistakes. But a man who can look you in the eye and say, "I'm sorry," is showing that the bond you share is more important to him than being right. An apology from him isn't just a set of empty words. It comes with sincerity and the willingness to take responsibility for his actions. He doesn't try to shift the blame, make excuses, or minimize the impact of what happened. Instead, he acknowledges how his behavior affected you and makes an effort to understand your feelings. This shows that he's not just focused on his perspective but also on your emotional well-being. When he apologizes, it opens the door for healing and prevents resentment from building up. It signals that he wants to fix the problem rather than let it linger and damage the trust between you. A genuine apology often comes with a commitment to change. He reflects on what went wrong and takes steps to ensure it doesn't happen again. This willingness to admit mistakes also creates a sense of safety in the relationship. You know that conflicts can be resolved without endless defensiveness or silent treatment. It encourages open communication because you feel confident that your feelings won't be dismissed when problems arise. Over time, a man who apologizes when he's wrong proves that he's not in the relationship to win battles. He's in it to build a partnership. His ability to own up to his errors reflects strength, not weakness, because it takes courage to be honest about one's flaws. In the end, those simple yet powerful words, "I'm sorry," backed by genuine effort, become a reminder that he values you and the relationship enough to put love above pride. 11. He includes you in his future plans. When a man includes you in his future plans, it's one of the clearest signs that he sees the relationship as long-term and meaningful. He's not just living in the moment with you. He's actively envisioning a future where you are by his side. This can show up in simple conversations, like talking about trips you'll take together next year, or in bigger life discussions about career moves, where to live, or even starting a family. Including you in his plans means he's considering your needs, dreams, and preferences when making decisions about his own life. He doesn't picture his future as a separate path. Instead, he sees it as a shared journey. Whether it's planning holidays, discussing financial goals, or imagining a home you might share, he makes it clear that you're part of the picture. This behavior also reflects emotional security. He's confident enough in your bond to make commitments that stretch months or even years ahead. He's not afraid to say we instead of I when talking about the future, and he naturally factors you into his goals without hesitation. Even in smaller ways, including you in future plans builds a sense of partnership. It could be something as light as booking concert tickets months in advance, or something as serious as involving you in decisions about relocating for work. Each time he does this, he's reinforcing the idea that your presence in his life is not temporary. It's something he intends to preserve and grow. When a man consistently includes you in his vision for the future, it gives you reassurance and stability. You know he's not just thinking about what you mean to him today, but also what you'll mean to him years from now. It's his way of saying, without directly stating it, I see us together for the long haul. And that kind of intention is one of the strongest foundations for lasting love. 12. He works on the relationship daily. When a man works on the relationship daily, it shows that he understands love isn't something you set on autopilot. Strong relationships don't just happen. They are built, nurtured, and maintained through consistent effort. He doesn't wait for problems to arise before showing care. Instead, he invests in the bond every single day to keep it healthy and thriving. This daily effort can appear in small but meaningful ways. Checking in with you to see how you're feeling, expressing appreciation for something you've done, or making time to connect even during a hectic schedule. It might also mean actively resolving small misunderstandings before they grow, planning quality moments together, or simply offering a hug or kind words to make you feel valued. Working on the relationship every day also means he's mindful of how his actions impact you. He notices when you seem distant and makes an effort to close the gap. He stays attentive to your needs and is willing to adjust his behavior if something is making you uncomfortable or unhappy. He doesn't take your presence for granted and never assumes that love will sustain itself without effort. This approach builds a cycle of trust and closeness. By consistently showing up, he communicates that the relationship is a priority, not an afterthought. It also reassures you that he's not just in this for the good days. He's committed to maintaining the connection even when life gets stressful or busy. Over time, these daily acts of love and care accumulate into something powerful. They make the relationship feel stable, safe, and deeply fulfilling. When a man works on the relationship every day, he's showing that he's not just trying to keep you, he's trying to grow with you. His actions say, I choose you today, and I'll keep choosing you tomorrow. And that is the truest form of lasting love.